正解。
Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage. Chapter 187, Wedding Dress. Shen Qiu praised everything of Zi Jingxing in Prince Rui's face. For ordinary people who was compared like this, they would not look good, even though Prince Rui wore a mask, making others unable to see his face. Everyone could clearly see that the corner of his lips were slightly hooked up and his voice was warm and courteous. The most important thing was that eye expressions could not lie in Prince Rui's eyes. There was some delight. Shen Qiu spoke till his mouth was dry, but not only did he not see Prince Rui's unbearable expression, he seemed to be very agreeable and said, "Since it is so, it is really a pity." Shen Qiu was greatly dispirited, but his heart was more vigilant towards this Prince Rui. Lu Zuyan, however, was very satisfied. She was after all not as childish as Shen Qiu and not as picky as Shen Xin. This or that was also not good. Seeing that Prince Rui was not even angry at Shen Ziyu's nonsense, Lu Zuyan felt that in this short time of interacting with Prince Rui, she felt that Prince was not bad. He looked very clear and gentle, and his words were not of an act. Even though there was arrogance, it made one feel good. It was said that the more mother-in-law looked at son-in-law, the more satisfied she would become. Prince Rui quickly sunned the top spot at Lu Zuyan's side, and in Lu Zuyan's heart, he was more composed than Su Mingfeng, more straightforward than the crown prince, and more magnanimous than Feng Zijian. Lu Ling was family, so there was no need to mention about him. No, only was Lu Zuyan satisfied with Prince Rui. Lu Tan was also very satisfied with this Mai Fu. Her mind was filled with bizarre things and asked Prince Rui a lot of novelty things of Great Liang. This Prince Rui had no patience with Emperor Wenhu and the tribute banquet and come and leave as he wanted, but with Lu Tan, he would answer all questions. Previously Lu Tan considered about Prince Rui saving Shen Miao, but now felt that only Prince Rui could match up with Shen Miao. "I see that Mai Fu and youngest Biao sister are very compatible. Only Mai Fu's good nature would be able to match with youngest Biao sister's character." When the word Mai Fu was spoken, the entire room was quiet. Prince Rui was after all a member of the imperial family, and Lu Tan's identity was not comparable. Lu Tan had a straightforward personality and did not realize what she had said. Lu Zuyan and Shin Xin, however, were unconsciously looking at Prince Rui's reaction. The corner of Prince Rui's lips hooked up, and he willingly accepted her views. "Many thanks for older Biao sister's profound affection." Older Biao sister. Shen Qiu was flustered and exasperated. "Who is your older Biao sister? Don't anyhow call older brother Qiu. What are you talking about?" Lu Tan glared at him and said with a smile, "About that, I am younger than you, so it is weird for you to call me older Biao sister. It is better for you to call me younger Biao sister." Shen Qiu stared at Prince Rui angrily. This person took advantage of a good-looking face and an identity to gain likes from females, and Lu Zuyan and Lu Tan fell into that person's trap. It was indeed hateful. Lu Ling saw the chaotic in front of him and felt that it was somewhat funny. However, as he smiled, he thought about something and could no longer smile, but looked at Shen Miao with bitterness. Just as Shen Miao was thinking of Lu Tan's words, her heart felt somewhat unfathomable. Just what kind of wrong impression did Lu Tan had on Zi Jingxing? She did not know that Zi Jingxing was mocking and ridiculing her in the beginning, and every time she encountered him, it was like one was walking on a tightrope, as she was not able to grasp the other's mind at all. If Lu Tan saw that Zi Jingxing would not even change his expression when assassinating someone, one feared that she would not be able to say those words. Shin Xin saw that Lu Zuyan and Prince Rui was getting closer as they chatted, and his heart did not feel good. He purposely coughed twice and interrupted their conversation forcibly, asking Prince Rui, "Didn't you said that you are gifting a wedding dress? Is it now you feel that our Shen family's tea is good to drink and deliberately come over to drink?" Lu Zuyan heard his unkind words and glared at Shin Xin before turning over to Prince Rui and used a gentle tone that she had never used on Shin Xin for decades. "Jingxing, today you made a special trip over to gift Zhao Zhao wedding dress? The imperial decree came down suddenly, so I guessed that Zhao Zhao do not have time to embroidery her wedding dress." Fortunately, when one came to Ding capital, Imperial older brother had allowed me to bring the best tailors along so that if one encounter a young lady that one fancies, one can gift her the best wedding dress under heavens when one marry her back." She smiled lightly and his pair of eyes became as gentle as spring. "The wedding dress is completed after 3 months. Thus one brought it over to let Furin take a look." 3 months? Shen Miao was startled and suddenly thought of a few days back when Zi Jingxing hugged her and said that he wanted to measure clothes. Now that the wedding dress actually started to be made 3 months ago, one feared that at that time he had already gotten her measurements, so what the need for that action? Indeed, he spouted nonsense again and she actually believed him and let him take advantage of her. Shen Miao glared at him angrily and Zi Jingxing smiled gently. When Lu Zuyin saw those little actions, her heart was even more happy. Now that this marriage could not be changed, she could only turn it around to comfort herself, who knew that when she saw Prince Ruai today, she felt that he was not bad as a person and was very much relief. Now that she saw the actions of these two people, it was a fight in jest between a couple. Her daughter put on a matured and elderly air, that there was no innocence and bright personality of a young female. It was only in front of this Prince Ruai that she portrayed a young female side, and that Prince Ruai looked like he was very fond of Shen Miao. Perhaps this marriage was predestined by heavens. In Lu Zuyan's heart, Prince Ruai's position was 1,000 more levels higher than Fu Ziyuyi's. Just as she was thinking, Shen Kaiyu called out from the sides, 3 months? The imperial decree was clearly handed down recently. You are clearly lying. Could it be that you are a prophet and knew that you will be marrying younger sister 3 months ago? And how do you know of younger sister's measurement? No matter how good a wedding dress is, younger sister will not wear an unsuitable wedding dress. Shen Miao also looked at Zi Jingxing. She wanted to hear how Zi Jingxing would reply to Shen Kaiyu's question. Zi Jingxing was indeed a master, as he only said, 3 months ago one happened to see Zhao Zhao on the streets and barely caught a glimpse of a passing beauty. One was then determined to marry none other than Zhao Zhao. Imperial older brother only let me gift wedding dress to the female one fancied but had not request to gift it after marriage. Fortunately one managed to marry. Speaking till the end, his voice was very delighted as he swept a look at Shen Kaiyu, but it was filled with provocation. In the area of talking, Shen Kaiyu was not an opponent of Zi Jingxing at all. These words made Zi Jingxing look good and made himself unable to carry on. As for the measurements, Zi Jingxing smiled gently. When one have the mind to find out, it would be found. He gestured for Tai Yi to step forward. Tai Yi sprinted out and after a while ran in with a large box and placed it on the table. That box was somewhat large and seemed to be made from incense wood, from which a faint scent of pear blossoms appeared, making one's heart ache. Everyone involuntarily surrounded the table, thinking that the wedding dress was most probably in it. Although Shen Miao was usually calm, her heart had some expectations. Every stitch and thread of the wedding dress in the last lifetime was embroidered by her, as she was very meticulous with the marriage to Fu Ziyuyi. She wanted to have brightly colored decorations and gorgeous designs, as a female's most beautiful moment was when a female became a bride. But Fu Ziyuyi was still hiding himself from others at that time and seek for simplicity and that the marriage not to be publicized. Thus she could only put away the desire to be glamorous and embroidered the wedding dress in a simple style with a plain pattern. However, one was still a female who was filled with yearning for the future and fond of affection. Thus she thought of a way to embroidered lotus with dark red threads on the red outer skirt and sew small peach blossoms in the muslin dress. Because the muslin dress was inside of the outerwear, others would not be able to see it. The lotus on the red skirt were sewn with red thread so normal people would not be able to see it at all. The entire clothing was still simple overall. However, in her heart, she was very proud of her little designs. She had thought that at night in the bridal chamber, when the couple were whispering sweetness, she would let Fu Ziyuyi guess and see if Fu Ziyuyi was able to guess what kind of flower designs there were on the wedding dress. Fu Ziyuyi would finally see the dexterous side of her and slowly fall for her. But till the end, The lamps burned bright and she waiting in the bridal chambers the entire night till the red candles dried out and her heart became icy cold due to the wait, but Fu Ziyi did not come. On the second morning, she was then informed that on the night before Fu Ziyi was drunk and spent the night in the study. She did not sleep for the entire night but had to enter the palace to greet the emperor and empress, thus making a fool of herself, embarrassing Fu Ziyi. After giving her the cold shoulder for 2 to 3 months, Fu Ziyi then touched her. That wedding dress was only the beginning of her suffering. From the grievance she took on first night after marriage, the countless of grievances began to pile up. Shen Miao had always thought that one's heart would eventually feel the warmth when one treat another well, even if one did not like another. Because of all those things that were done without reciprocation, one would be moved. However, there were such a type of people that enjoys everything that others gave to them but also dislike it when others did not do well. That wedding dress, that consist of all Shen Miao's youthful hidden intentions, became forgotten at the end. The sentence that she wanted to ask husband, "Look carefully at my wedding dress, do you discover anything?" had not been asked in her entire life. She wanted to show others the wedding dress was never seen in an entire lifetime. She was so distracted that it was only when Lu Ten's shocked reaction pulled her out from her memories. She saw Lu Zuyan reaching out and slowly took out the clothes from the box so that everyone could take a look. The action was extremely cautious, as if one was afraid of spoiling it. It was in a very bright red and the silk was very thin, as if the brocade had thousands of thin silk threads that were intertwined. And after being cut but the best tailor, there was not an inch more or an inch less. In the bright red fabric, there was fine and dense glittering golden light. One did not know if it was dusted with golden dust or what, but these golden glittering things were mixed in it, making the entire clothing seem to be shining. The red beautiful robes were made from hijau brocade that was as thin as a cicada's wind and flows like red crimson clouds. Other than embroidering the red robes with gold, 12 different colors were used to embroider the dragon and phoenix design. The golden dragon was powerful and the colorful phoenix was charming. If one were to look deeper, the eyes of the dragon and phoenix were small black precious stones, and the dragon's scales and phoenix feathers were all made of thin slices of cat eyes that were sewn on individually. The red skirt and red pants were actually one, and the colors were chaste and the width of it was wide that when a slight breeze passed, it would be like an immortal floating. One thoughts were also spent on these, as there were lotus that were embroidered along the corner of the robes to represent auspicious wishes. One could not even mention about the scarf over the ceremonial robe. Filament patterns were embedded on the edges and there were hundreds of pearls that were sprinkled all over, dazzling everyone's eyes. The Zishan Dai, offspring bag, auspicious wedding bag to symbolize having lots of children, was made of gold that it could reflect evil spirits. The thing that attracted others the most was that phoenix crown. Precious jewels decorated the gold crown one round, and on the edges of the gold crown, there were 12 precious stones. Each stone was decorated by 6 pairs and each gems were separated by flowered pearls. There were 6 extended fans and each fan had 1 golden dragon, 2 precious stones, 3 flowered pearls and countless of pairs decorating. Shen Qiu even inconsiderately counted and found that there were 100 precious stones on the entire phoenix crown, and the ruby that were found in the phoenix's eyes were even more valuable. Lu Zuyan took out that heavy phoenix crown and one was unable to tell what one's heart was feeling. Even if this Prince Ruai was putting up an act, it was totally beyond one's expectations. One feared that just this phoenix crown was what all the females in Mingqi dreamed of, and it was not inferior in any respect to the Empress's phoenix crown. She opened her mouth in alarm. Jingxing, is Zhao Zhao's phoenix crown somewhat not appropriate? The animal on the crown was a phoenix, and the phoenix is the king of all birds, thus only the empress or princess were allowed to wear it. Even though Shen Miao married Prince Ruai and would become Ruai Wangf, she had not reached to the level of a princess. The animal on the top of the crown should be a colored pheasant instead. Prince Ruai smiled. Rest assured, Furen, Imperial older brother, know of this phoenix crown. In our imperial family of Great Liang, there are only us 2 brothers. Zhao Zhao married into the imperial family, She would become part of the imperial family, so she worthy to bear the phoenix. Shenzhen looked thoughtfully at Prince Ruai, and Lu Zuyin still wanted to say something when one heard Lu Tan exclaiming, "What beautiful embroidered shoes!" Lu Tan carefully took out one embroidered shoe from a wooden box and placed it on her palm. This embroidered shoe was very exquisite. It was also red color, but on the shoe there was a small phoenix embroidered on it, and because there was not much surface on the shoe, it was very difficult to embroider an entire phoenix. Moreover, there were gemstones that was embellished on the small feathers of the phoenix. The soles of the shoe had patterns, with blooming lotus blossoms that symbolizes the blooming of lotuses in every step. On the top of the shoe, there was 2 large round shark pearls of the southern seas. When Shen Miao saw it, she was slightly stunned. The shark pearl of the southern seas were very precious because the harvesters would only pick pearls from shallow waters, and it was not easy to salvage from deep sea. Only the most skillful of pearl harvesters would be able to enter to the lightly deeper area of the sea. Thus it was not easy to encounter such shark pearls like these. Shen Miao remembered that the current most favored consort Zhu Xian only had one and wore it on her head to show that she was different. However, one did not know that the 2 pearls in front was casually placed on the feet. If she were to know, one did not know how furious consort Zhu Xian would be. Shenzhen was silent for a moment before spitting out a sentence slowly. "You are considerate." With such an arrangement, such a delicate wedding dress, it could be said to be unique and unmatched in the whole of Mingqi. Prince Ruai need not have to take this step at all. However, he had done it, and in any cause, this would let Shen Miao be envious and not ridiculed during her wedding. Prince Ruai smiled. As long as Zhao Zhao is happy. Shen Miao's heart moved. Looking at that exquisite and beautiful phoenix crown and that exquisitely dainty and ravishingly beautiful red embroidered shoes, and thinking that when such clothes were worn, it would definitely be extremely beautiful. In her past life, she had never worn such gorgeous clothes before. In the previous lifetime, when she had married to Fu Ziyu, he had not done well, and dressing simple and plain became her usual habit. Afterwards, when Fu Ziyu ascended to the throne, she had become a hostage in Qin country, and there was no need for any gorgeous clothings. Then later, when she returned, there was an additional beautiful and intelligent Mai Furan in the palace, and it would be bringing trouble to herself if she were to compete with Mai Furan on being charming and beautiful. Even much after, as an empress, she had to wear in a dignified and elegant style and wear old and darker colors. She was obviously a young female, but compared to Mai Furan, she looked like she was much older than Mai Furan. Counting it, her youth seemed to have ended completely on that night when she married to Fu Ziyu, and what followed was suffering and her being forced to grow up quickly. Zi Jingxing was dispatched by heavens to fulfill her long-cherished wishes. Shen Miao was unable to help laughing in her heart. It was like Zi Jingxing had unknowingly helped her to make up for all her regrets. This was perhaps a type of fate in life. After the wedding dress was revealed, even the ever-picky Shen Kaiyu had nothing to say. In all fairness, even if it was Shen Kaiyu, he was not able to come out with such detailed, delicate and elegant wedding dress, even though he would give all his thoughts and everything to the young lady he loved. But unable to do it. Prince Ruai was able to do it because he was Prince Ruai and nothing more. Shen Kaiyu could not help but look at Shen Miao. If Shen Miao followed such a person like this and would enjoy glory, splendor, wealth and rank for an entire lifetime, and this Prince Ruai's temperament was as good as his performance today, then Shen Miao's lifetime would be worth it. After chatting for a while more, Lu Zuyan warmly invited Prince Ruai to stay to eat. Prince Ruai did not refuse and smiled, "But I would like to have some words with Zhao Zhao and do not know if Furan would allow." Shen Kaiyu immediately warned, "What do you want to say to younger sister? It is the same as telling me. Let's go. We will go to the courtyard to compare notes by exchanging some moves." Lu Zuyan pulled Shen Kaiyu by the ears to move him aside and said, "What nonsense are you talking about? How could Prince Ruai be compared with such a rough person like you?" She then looked at Prince Ruai and could not stop smiling. "Then let Zhao Zhao bring you to the room to chat. Don't talk for too long, as it would be time to eat soon." Shen Miao and Shen Kaiyu. "Mother, Do you still remember who was your biological children? The more Lu Zuyan looked, the more she felt that Prince Ruai was good. A grand prince of first rank of Great Liang still specially asked for her opinion about talking to Shen Miao. It could be seen that he knew his manners. Lu Zuyan was thinking of letting Shen Miao and Prince Ruai spend more time together, and those looks and small gestures that those two had were seen by her. A female understood what a female thought, and Shen Miao obviously felt some interest with Prince Ruai as she had never looked at Lu Ling, Su Mingfeng and Feng Zhixian like that. This kind of joyous little bickering sweethearts were as depicted in the novels. Lu Zuyan eagerly went to instruct the kitchens. Even though Shen Miao was quite speechless, she still looked at Zi Jingxing and said, "Follow me to my courtyard." Shen Qiu anxiously wanted to follow, but Shen Miao turned back and said, "Eldest brother, you better not go." Shen Qiu widened his eyes incredulously. "Younger sister, older Biao brother." Lu Tan tugged the corner of his clothes. "The couple have sweet nothings to say, so why a grown man like you listen to it for?" She looked at the absent-minded Lu Ling. "If you want to exchange blows, then look for older brother Ling." Lu Ling recovered to his senses and smiled bitterly, but still said, "If older Biao brother wants to exchange blows, I naturally will accompany." Today it was Shen Qiu's first time to be rejected by all the female in the house, and felt greatly wronged in his heart. He naturally had to test Shen Miao's future husband properly. How could one let flowery talk and a face that could not be seen clearly person deceive him? Indeed, females were easy to deceive. He looked at Shenzin and said unhappily, "Father, just let that fellow go like this." Shenzin hung his head down, and one did not know what he was thinking. He then looked at Shen Qiu when he heard it and said, "After the meal, go and exchange some blows with him and test his martial arts skills." Shen Qiu's eyes brightened and rubbed his fists together. Yes, sure enough, Shenzin and him were together in it. He must let Prince Ruai see clearly that it was not so easy to marry the females in the Shen family. Shen Miao brought Zi Jingxing to her own courtyard. Bei Lu and Xuanzhang were tidying up the plants in the entire courtyard with some servants, and when they saw Shen Miao leading a male back, they jumped in shock. It was only when Gu Yu and Gings greeted Prince Ruai then the rest of the servants recovered to their senses and quickly greeted. Shen Miao directly brought Zi Jingxing back to her room. She was not afraid to be seen by others. Anyways, it was not Zi Jingxing's first time in her room, as he would come over for tea and snacks every 3 to 5 days. He had long been familiar to the paths in the Shen mansion. However, when she turned her head around, she saw Zi Jingxing looking around everywhere and could not help but be annoyed. It's not the first time, so what is there to look? It's the first time entering from the main doors. Zi Jingxing smiled and sat in front of the table before looking and speaking to her. The feeling of entering from the main doors is different. Shen Miao ridiculed, "Are you complaining that previously you did not have a proper title and it was not appropriate?" "Smart," Zi Jingxing said as he drank tea. "That is created by you. No one invited you." Shen Miao said with gritted teeth. Zi Jingxing was in all smiles as he looked at her. "Furen treats me very well. Older Biao's sister is also good." Shen Miao rolled her eyes in her heart. That was because they did not see the cruel side of Zi Jingxing. If they saw it, they would not treat him so well. She asked, "What do you want to say to me?" "The thing that you requested me to investigate." "One have investigated clearly for you," Zi Jingxing said. "Investigate?" Shen Miao was too busy these days and had forgotten what matter she had requested Zi Jingxing to help and asked, "What is it?" Zi Jingxing's eyes flashed. Pei Lang's news. Shen Miao suddenly came into realization and recalled that there was no news from Pei Lang these days and now became anxious. What was investigated? Is it that something happened to him? You are very worried about him. Zi Jingxing's eyebrows raised. He is one that works for me. Shen Miao frowned. All right. Zi Jingxing shrugged his shoulders. He is now not in a very good state. Fu Ziyu seemed to have discovered his identity and locked him in the underground prison of the residence of Prince Ting and is torturing him to tell him the truth. Shen Miao's heart slightly tightened. Is he still alive? Fu Ziyu did not get the answer he wanted, so he would not let him die so easily. Zi Jingxing said, and then stared at Shen Miao. "You don't seem to worry that he will betray you." "He will not," Shen Miao replied. Zi Jingxing frowned slightly. Shen Miao had thought that even though Pei Lang was one who was too inhumanly rational, but with regards to loyalty, there was nothing to pick on him. In the previous lifetime when he was working for Fu Ziyu, he was only loyal to Fu Ziyu. Pei Lang was a brilliant talent, thus afterwards Prince Zhu and a bunch of other people wanted to pull him away from Fu Ziyu. Prince Zhu had the upper hand at that time and could give Pei Lang much more than Fu Ziyu could, but Pei Lang was never moved. Pei Lang was a very principled person, and it was higher than anything in his heart. Just like in the past lifetime when he was assisting Fu Ziyu, he had put in all efforts to help Fu Ziyu sit firmly on this position and used everyone who was by Fu Ziyu's side, which also includes her. Even though later, because of Fu Ming and Wan Yu, Shen Miao knelt down to beg Pei Lang for help, Pei Lang was not moved by it and just looked on as the Shen family fell. Perhaps he had even had a hand in it. However, Shen Miao had never doubted Pei Lang's loyalty. Speaking of which, Fu Ziyu was impatient when dealing with her, and after marriage, he was most of the time cold towards her. Other than the occasional care and greetings that showed his responsibilities as a husband, most of the time Shen Miao would be alone in the residence of Prince Ting. Shen Miao wanted to be like by Fu Ziyu and knew that Fu Ziyu valued Pei Lang deeply, so she consulted Pei Lang, hoping that Fu Ziyu would have a whole new level of respect for her. Pei Lang taught her patiently, and there was not a time that he was annoyed. Most of the understanding that Shen Miao had towards the Mingqi's political issues, other than occasionally hearing from Fu Ziyu, were from the teachings of Pei Lang. Pei Lang was her teacher in Guangwentang, but in a matter of fact, he was considered her teacher in the residence of Prince Ting. Thus Shen Miao would not doubt that Pei Lang would betray her. Fu Ziyu have a lot of means. There was a rarely seen trace of anxiety on Shen Miao's face, especially for those who betray him. Once such a person like this was found, he would never give him any trust and would personally kill the person at the end. Since Pei Lang had been discovered by him, in order to obtain the answer at the moment, Fu Ziyu would perhaps keep him alive, but it does not mean that he would not do other things to him. Perhaps all his limbs were gone. Shen Miao had a cold sweat. Shen Miao had personally seen how Fu Ziyu treated people who betrayed him. Shen Miao had also personally seen what kind of place the underground prison was like. Most likely from that time onwards, other having feelings of love, she had some traces of fear of Fu Ziyu. After all, this person was gentle and warm in front of others, but behind others was so ruthless. It made one give birth to a sense of chill. Zi Jingxing's gaze became sharp. How do you know how he treat the people who betrayed him? If it was in the past, Shen Miao could also heard that there was something wrong with Zi Jingxing's words, but at the moment, her mind was not at this and could not care less about it. After some thought, she then looked towards Zi Jingxing. You have ways to save him, right? Zi Jingxing withdrew the hand that was holding the teacup. Reason. Shen Miao looked at him. His gaze was sharp and there was no retreat at all, making one's heart shrink. Because there is no reason to watch with folded arms,